Hello, all my lovely feral humans, visitors and repeat offenders alike. And yes, I really meant it when I said if you're following my channel, there's probably something about you that somebody somewhere finds offensive. And if they don't, you're not trying hard enough. Try to adjust this a little bit. There we go. It's doggy time, so it's time to be outside. And it's January, so the sun looks lower than it will at the same time. Say it's 4:22 right now. And my shadow is right here. Come June and July, my shadow will be nearly non-existent. But that's just dealing with the planet we live on. We're tilted. Yoink. But no tilting at windmills, please. The windmill owners don't like it. Yeah, dog, I hear that other puppy dog barking. Don't be too worried. Don't be too worried. People just do things. Oh. Yeah, it's January 12th. Have daughter-in-law's birthday coming. That's this week. And then we'll just barely tip over into February, and it will be late father-in-law's birthday, followed immediately by my daughter's birthday. And she is supposed to have updated her wish list. I don't know what's left to get after Christmas. And I can't scroll far enough back in my messages to get to the link for her wish list, but her dad has it. The other one, not so much. I don't know what the link is for her wish list. Anyway, right after the late father-in-law and my daughter have their birthdays, then it'll be time for all the nonsense that is Valentine's Day. And it's not just pure nonsense. There really was a St. Valentine. Just like there was a St. Nicholas, who most of us would not have wanted for next door neighbor. Actually, they both had a bit of a reputation for violence. Valentine more so. The humor involved in making him the patron saint of everything that is love, light, and romance is just way out there. But, you know, people don't always do what makes the most sense. If a holiday is needed, then a day will be selected and somebody will be assigned to it. Whether it's a pre-Christian god or goddess, as the case may be, when it comes to Venus, and Aphrodite, and all those love and sweetness types. Well, let's make this guy who was... We'll kind of blend him somewhat with Thor's goats and Odin at various times. And I kind of think that between Yule and the Wild Hunt, that Krampusneck is a little bit of Odin also. And then St. Nicholas, his day, which is primarily for scaring the children into being good. That's more of St. Nicholas. That kind of makes sense, though, because, oh, this scary, violent person who's still a saint won't bring you any presents. Well, the Christian church is pretty, I won't say the Christian church, because Christianity in general, whether you are Protestant and make a big deal out of Easter, so a lot of people know why that's humorous, or you're Catholic and make a big deal out of the whole liturgical calendar. And we're just past Epiphany now, so yeah, the whole liturgical calendar starts over again. It's a big circle. There are saints' days and feast days that harken us back to the feast days of the Old Testament. They can't be exactly the same because, goodness, no, we're not Jewish. We can't do that. Although I've been to a Seder dinner. It was lovely. That was a long time ago. I wouldn't mind going again. But it was a special invitation to go in someone's home and have the Seder with them. There was a Jewish man in my house it was right after Katrina, and he was getting kind of down because holidays were coming and he was single. He didn't even have anyone lighting Sabbat candles for him. Although I believe it's acceptable to light your own if you don't have a wife or daughter to do it. Well, puppy dog, do you need to go down? Should I move? It's not particularly cold out today. I think we're past the worst of the cold weather, although it's still cold at night if I take the trash out at 10 or 11 o'clock like I sometimes do. But what's important right now is the sun is at a lower angle and I'm getting my red near infrared, probably all the way into infrared in, and it's still just a bit up, so there's probably some UVA, UVB in there with it. I did grab my microphone. I hope that's working out. The receiving unit, there we go, it wasn't all the way in. I'm not sure if it was in at all this time, but it might be working now. If not, I'm close enough to the phone for it not to be a big deal. Dyson, go down to the grass if you need to. I don't mind. That's why I come out here with you. Yes, it's doggy time as usual. I'm still Kismet the Feral Grandma, and he's still pretty hopeless. His energy level has been awesome lately, though. I believe I posted a picture of what he often gets if he's not getting enough eggs and meat from my breakfast. Huh, buddy? Huh? I showed them your food one day. And that would be in the community posts, in the tabs. You have to actually go looking for those most of the time if you don't look at them when they're fresh and new. But he's, I mean, from where I'm sitting, this is unusual. I can tell he has a waistline. And that's cool. I don't have to look straight down at him from above to make sure he hasn't just turned into a complete sausage, you know, one measurement from front to back. Measure around the ribs, measure around the belly, measure around the lower abs. If your dog is the same at all of those measurements, something's probably wrong. And it probably has a great deal to do with what they're eating. He's meant to be a carnivore too. So is the cat, but I'm having trouble getting the cat to adjust. Cats are known to be picky for a reason. What's the matter, Dyson? Oh, he got a shirt on today, huh? Big dog across the street. I guess he made it. I guess somebody was thinking of him recently and put a blanket shirt on him. Whether you put down a bale of hay for a livestock guardian dog to be on, or to move new calves and lambs onto, or you bring them in the barn, hopefully. Remember, wherever your livestock are, if it's bad enough to put them in the barn, put the dog in with them. Well, they help each other. They really do. Yes, I realize that many dogs are meant to be outside, and they love it. I mean, try raising a Samoyed without ever letting him get wet or dirty. He'll start helping the cat plot your death. We ate a little while ago, and it was a little heavy on the dairy, so I'm not feeling my best. I do probably need to test run just not having any except the butter. But I have my water. Kind of keeping my stomach settled. He's over here on the top step. Hasn't gone past the top step. And I just heard somebody's rooster. People are gonna be more secretive about what they're raising and how out here for a bit, because the new owners are absolutely no livestock of any kind, not even chickens. And a few people I could see switching to a duck or two, because ducks don't echo, their voices don't carry very well. But you can't fight ducks. You can fight roosters, which is, you know, that's, some ladies get used to keeping some fresh eggs around, or having some fresh eggs coming from the birds they keep around. But most hens don't crow. I can hear one off to the west of me crowing its little heart out. But if they want rooster fights that much, the best thing they can do is send them all to freezer camp now and get more when they figure they'll get away with it. What, puppy dog? He's okay, honest. He is. I can see him. He's moving around. He's okay. I can't see the little one. I think he's the one that's yarping right now. Yarp, 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 yarp. Yeah. But there's a grown-up outside over there. And she's nice. She will make sure that the doggies are okay. And there's that man. And he will make sure that the big dog is okay. It's okay. Don't shake so hard. Chihuahua's in there shaking. It's really not that cool out right now. I'm out here in a t-shirt and yoga pants. I've done the breakfast dishes, but I really don't have enough wash to run it right now. Hand wash the iron griddle. Everyone needs a good cast iron griddle, but I think they'd last people longer if they weren't stupid about how to take care of it. Yeah, they need to be hand washed for the most part. I mean, if you hand wash it, it'll last you for decades. Your kids might fight over it later on, but it helps to put it on heat after you've washed it, because cast iron is lightly porous. Power tools over there. Cast iron is porous, and heating it up afterward will turn any moisture that is seeped in into steam, and that'll help it clear out from the metal side. And it doesn't have to be the whole thing blazing hot either. You only do that when you're seasoning it, which can be done with your bacon fat, your lard, your beef tallow, whichever, so that you don't even have to go out and buy the vegetable stuff or the spray-on seasoning. Here, get it, make sure it's clean, spray this shit all over it, stick it in the oven. Yeah, sorry children, I should not be using that word, but about what I think of it. When I buy pre-seasoned, I have to scrub all that off with a wire brush or a hefty piece of steel wool. I don't want that stuff coming off of my food, and it's often on there in a great chunky mess. Puppy dog, do you need to go down? I might have to move. Okay, puppy. Let me come over there. Do you going down? Do you going down? Do what you gotta do. Yeah, I don't get as much sunshine right here, but I'm still out here with the puppy dog. And he finally did go down the steps because I was coming over here to the top step. It's okay, buddy. I'm watching you. You're safe. Is that it? That's not a wild carrot. What are you finding over there? And some dogs actually do like carrots. And if you've got a digging breed, which I do, Chihuahuas are notorious. Other dogs that are notorious, you look in your backyard, you think, oh, foxholes. That one's 11 Bravo, that one's 11 Bravo, that one's 11 Bravo. Because they make it deep enough they can sit in there in the cool soil and just have their eyes up where they can see you when you come to the door looking for them. It's okay, puppy. I can tell it's still January. The allergic effect of the past decisions of the city of Austin. They didn't like all the garbage dropped by the females of particular trees that are quite popular. So they passed a rule. If you're going to plant something like this nature in Austin, it has to be the male. And people who learned that behavior carried it with them out into the surrounding hill country. So now we have all these male trees throwing pollen in ungodly amounts. To the point that you park somewhere long enough and it will look like these trees have sneezed on your car and pollen landed everywhere. What, puppy? What's the matter? Are your toes getting cold? It might be just about time to take him in. I hope he'll come up here and let me get him on camera. Come on, buddy. Come here. Come to my lap. There we go. Come here. Let's get you up here. My cute little blonde fella. Yeah. Me and blonde fellas. Daddy was a blonde fellow when I married him. And then a long time later, we adopted you. Yeah. He's upset with me today. The cat got on the bed, and I petted the cat. It was awful. And he had to go to Daddy and ask for attention. It's not like he was right next to me when the cat jumped up. He was just opposite of where the cat had jumped up to. There you go, buddy. There you go. Oh, fuzzy, warm little armful, aren't you? Yeah. There's a bit of shade on the deck right now because of the angle the sun is at and the smoker being right there. But I think it's about to the point I'd be taking him in. I was listening to some videos earlier today. Carnivore Muscle, Jonathan, and Coach Steven is a nutritionist, and he's also done some bodybuilding. And right now he does not feel as ripped as he used to because he's not that built anymore. He got out of bodybuilding and started trying some other stuff. Some cycling and some running and other healthy stuff. But, you know, people do what you can do. Oh, I hope that boy stays in his yard. He's going nuts. Yeah, he is. It's okay, buddy. He probably just doesn't get enough hugs and treats. Lots of people are like that, too. Yeah. We need to clean your face lately. The allergies are really hitting you hard this year. Okay. I didn't go work out yesterday. Between the cold weather and being the age I am of having some arthritis, which hurts, of course. Now, it always hurts more in this hand and this elbow than anywhere else, and occasionally in my right knee still. Why? Because I'm right-handed and I've overused this hand and elbow. In the case of my knee, I used to play basketball, landed on it a few too many times. Sometimes I'd land on both, although the left knee do seem to have it pretty well healed. The right knee, I still have some clicking and popping happening. So I'm hoping I get that straightened out. But exercise. Exercise as gently as you need to, but push it just a little. If you're tired and achy afterwards, then you did it right. And if you're eating your proteins and fats and getting the salt you need, then you're doing that right too. And if somebody opens a bag of pretzels and you eat one pretzel, it's not the end of the world. My kids, my grandkids, I should say, the autistic one especially, they like to come home with stuff that's weird flavors. They can't always get their mother to try these weird flavors. That one likes, I don't know if they're Korean or Chinese or something, but weird potato chips. And I can taste the oils. But, you know, one of them's supposed to be oyster or something, and another one's supposed to be crawfish and roasted garlic. Or maybe it was the oyster was roasted garlic and oysters. I don't know. But I gave them a sample. I'd take a chip, give it a try, and tell them I think it's weird, I'm not going to start eating them. And that's just where we're at on that. I mean, this does not mean I'm making an entire meal out of starch. And hey buddy, what you doing? Anyway, tomorrow's martial arts, but the temperature is up now, and yesterday was just too cold and achy for it. I still love my martial arts. Tai Chi can beat you up. Unless you take a class that is Tai Chi for beginners, or Tai Chi for the older folks, or that's fine, whatever. You know, if you need to take a walking back and forth in the pool and doing these stretches in the pool class at the local Y, then that's what you do. If you just need to walk back and forth to your mailbox, or maybe take a trowel and do the weeding around your flower bed, then that's what you do. A lot of people in the world need to exercise gently. They need to eat right. You weed out things. The Lyrical knows I don't eat a lot of chips, but I think he's happy that I'll give it a try here and there. And it's so easy because I can taste how oily they are that I just get the one and try the flavor and go, yuck. Or that's not bad, but I'm not going to eat a lot of them. I can hear his younger brother in here. He's got friends to yell at on video games. Very important thing when you're a teenager. That's pretty much it for today. I hope everyone is doing alright. Get some sunshine. Remember, eyeballs aren't just for seeing how far away the phone is. Or, sorry, right there. It's also for reaching out and grabbing some photons. You need them. And your body, parts of your body pass them around from place to place because it helps signal other things to happen. Sarah said so. Sarah, I want to say Pew, because P-U-G-H, right? But I'm not Welsh and can't say it correctly. Sarah Pooh. I don't know if it's very brief hint of a long O followed by oo, but like I said, I'm not Welsh. Sarah Pooh. Busy superhuman. She follows a lot of the what do they call it? Quantum physiology stuff. And it's brilliant to know what's happening in our body when certain things are going on. And she interviews people who know parts of it that she doesn't know, and she does interviews. Lovely, lovely girl. I don't know. She could be older than me. I don't know. That's the great thing with carnivores. I look at them, I can't tell. I believe Coach Steven is a little bit my senior, and I believe Richard Smith is a little bit younger, at least a little bit, and Dr. Chafee is a little bit younger. That's okay. It's nice to have these sources of information out there that are intelligent and sometimes funny and always helpful. And there's Jonathan. I have no idea how old he is, but he's a bodybuilder and he's just about beat up, so I mean, he still wants to be a bodybuilder, and he's a composition consultant. So you go out to Carnivore Muscle at YouTube or carnivoremuscle.com, and I don't know how many other places, and he does consultancies. Yeah, most people have some kind of thing that they consult on. I'm not really a consultant, but I work out, so I guess at some point I might be. I'm a might be. I've really got to make my abs look better. I want my guts to reach a point that a lot of our other carnivores get to, where there's not just a huge blanket of extra. That guy needs to shut up. Unless he's kicked his water bowl over and needs attention desperately to get it refilled. Oh well. But this little blondie is out here shaking. Aren't you? Shake, shake, shake. You're a good boy. Let's go back in. You want to go in? You're shaking a lot. It's okay. They're not hurting him. That big dog over there is safe. See? They're just walking around doing stuff. That's all. I think it's time for me to go back in. I'll get another hit of photons to the eyes in just a moment when I stand up, as you can tell from where the shadow line and the sunshine is behind me. Y'all have a good day. Move carefully. If you're aware of what your feet are doing and where and how they're doing it, you're less likely to wind up with a sprained foot, a broken foot, a sprained ankle, and so on. A lot of what we do at Tai Chi, especially when we have new folks in the class, is how to move correctly. Puppy dog, we're going to go in. We are going to go in. Yeah, that's your cue. Go potty.